Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Shiny Hunting with Scarlet Violet. We are back to Shiny Hunting, our one and only starter that we first picked when it came to these games, Cyndaquil. We're going to start off with an Egg Power Sandwich, of course, as usual, per usual. So we got to get that Egg Power hatching as quickly as possible. I just wish I could set the thing to always have the first sandwich be the Great Peanut Butter Sandwich. And for those who are wondering why we're actually live a little bit earlier than usual, which if you guys are new, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are live earlier today because Tuesdays are the day that I actually go in with my dad, which we supposed to meet at Tuesday night. And that's around the time I stream normally. So, kind of not a good idea to be streaming at the same time. So I've basically been kind of like finagling what we're going to do with streaming and uploads on Tuesdays. So this is something new that we're trying. We're trying a little bit of an earlier stream today. But also, we have the episode of the Versus Soul Link with It's Really Timmy B, Sly Guy, and Jacob as always going live later today as well. So that's something for you guys to tune into later. But enough on that. Let's rock and roll with stuff and things. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to be doing about Tuesdays when it just comes to content and things like that, because this is the one worry I have when it comes to Tuesdays, is when you have a schedule that you're in, and then you change that, it kind of screws with the YouTube algorithm. But we're slowly working on that. But also, to anyone else, we have a shiny giveaway that's going to be going on this Saturday. So, if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. That gets you entered for the shiny giveaway. You just gotta make sure that you comment on a specific video that's gonna be going out. We keep track of that. And yeah, that's it's gonna be fun. How's everyone doing today? Hope you guys are doing well today. So yeah, so we're just gonna basically be shiny hunting around here. We're gonna be going back and forth between here and Porto Marinata, because I do always want to be checking my auctions at the Porto Marinata auction house, because again, I really do want to get all of those delicious things. Yes, you actually are early, Roost. Welcome in. Hope you're doing delightful. But what is new? You actually pretty much got here right on time. You actually did get here very, very early, my good buddy Root. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Been getting a bit of a head on recording things, because I'm actually pretty much finished with recording Kirby's Return to Dreamland videos, which is good for me, because I love recording that series, but I do want to get working on some other recorded stuff, which is going to be great. There you go. It's an April miracle. Guess a good thing is fine. Time the church bus Saturday. Yeah, you're explaining that. Hello, Omar. How are you doing? Hope the Omar, Screamtail Destroyer of Worlds, is doing absolutely delightful. But also, guys, again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I guess when it comes to hunting my other Toxel, I can just hunt it around here. I think that's like probably the only poison types. Or yeah. There's one of the only poison types actually around here, so that's actually a good thing. But yeah, how is everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing deliciously, delightfully well. I know I am. It's like the best viewing audience in the world, you guys. One more and then it goes to the next counter tech. Yeah, we finished the entire Medicham family. That's good. From Miracle, guess a good temper. Yeah, you're explaining the heck out of that, Roast. I want to know the context behind that story, because that makes no sense, and I need to know. I must know all of the things. Also, if my hair looks more slicked back than usual, I actually just came out of the shower like 20 minutes ago, and my hair is still yet to dry, because my hair likes to soak water up. Oh, right, yeah, these are all the no-good attack ones, because I did specifically breed the no-good attack IV one to pass down the natures, but 4 of them are going to be not imperfect, because those were bred before that. Hello there, Bidoof. Welcome in. Long, long time ago in a galaxy far away. My church was doing an annual youth trip, one of the second one, and we went to Gittenberg, previously in Tennessee. Nice. Hello there, good morning, Tommy. Can one of the mods please go grab Tommy's link? It is the afternoon for me. Actually, no. Yeah, it is the afternoon. It's about a half hour into the afternoon for me, but I guess because of time zones, it could be the morning for you, Tommy. But yeah, we are doing an early one. I think it's in Tennessee. I don't care. We had a lot of money. The charter a bus, the group, a ride in, pack my bags, we're off. We went a 5-day long bus trip. Wow. Interesting. Yeah. But yes. Basically, the plan is because I'm still kind of working stuff out with regards to the new schedule for stuff. Because, again, I mentioned earlier, but Tuesday is the day that I actually go I go do a call with my dad. And because he doesn't live around here anymore, he moved. And so it's like the one time of the week I actually get to go call with my dad. And so we do that around the exact same time I'm streaming normally. So my mentality is I just move the stream earlier in the day. Because I've tried streaming after call ends, and my brain is just a freaking potato at that point. I don't really enjoy streaming that much at that point. And I'm thinking just shift it earlier into the day. That way I can record stuff at night and basically build a recording back then. It was day 3 of the trip, one of the most popular plays, 66 hours apart. 6 p.m. Wow, it's 6 p.m. Yeah, you're 6 hours apart then. Because it is 12:30 right here, where I am. They have the longest alpine slide in the region, the whole indoor skate place, cable car rides. That sounds awesome. That's really cool. Also, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like. But welcome in, Bidoof. How are you doing? Hello there, Mudkip. We split off in groups, 4 each. We're not allowed to just go wander around the area in the shops, so we do. Us being guys, we aren't interested in clothing. Yeah, honestly, that's completely true. We don't care about clothes. Like, unless it is like a clothing store of like movie characters and like fictional, like it's basically all like fictional clothing that's like, you know, like an Iron Man shirt, like a Godzilla shirt. That's the only kind of clothing place I never go into, because like I like shirts like that. Evident by like all the shirts I actually have. Or for like a music clothing store where, again, everything is like musical, like bands and stuff, like Hard Rock Cafe. But yeah, that is entirely accurate. And so what, you went off to go for like a knife shop? Because that is a very you thing, Roost. But how are you doing, Mudcap? How is all of the people doing today? Hope you all doing delightful. Hope stuff is getting It generally does. Pretty much what we do is we just like hop on a voice call, we watch some stuff, and because what we do is we all turn on the exact same TV channel at the exact same time. Because like my brother and we live at the same house, but we're in separate rooms. So we just like turn on the TV to like Jeopardy. And then we all 3 of us just watch Jeopardy at the same time. And we all like try and guess the answers to questions. It's really, really fun. I have like 5 shirts that I wear a lot. 2 of the shirts are the same. 2 same shirt. Nice. I actually knew a person who had multiple copies of the exact same shirt. And they was like wear it every other day. It was kind of funny. Until we stopped by, we had a water fountain. I saw the corner of my eye, a suspicious alley staircase. Pointed out to the boys, who said are currently 1 over, and we went up the stairs. Oh boy, that is how the start of horror movies begin. We went up the stairs in the mall. Nah, not sure how that goes. I like how you described it as a weird water fountain. That I think is the best part. Cyndaquil. I like Cyndaquil. Again, first Pokemon we ever picked on this channel, it was the starter of the Heart Gold Let's Play series, which was the origin of the channel. So, in a lot of ways, Cyndaquil was our first Pokemon. Even though the first Pokemon I ever picked was actually Piplup. So yeah, my first Pokemon was actually Piplup. But it wasn't the first Pokemon I ever saw. The first Pokemon I ever saw was Salamence. Which is one of the reasons why like Salamence is such a special Pokemon to me, because it was the first Pokemon I ever saw. There were Master Swords, Shields, Halo Energy Swords, Airsoft Guns, Fidget Spinners, absolute ton of video game weapons, pretty sure saw Ring Sword. That's awesome and metal as hell. I love that, Roost. That sounds like a place I'd love to go. Oh yeah, Jeopardy. Yes! That is basically exactly what Jeopardy is. And we basically just watched like that for a bit. And it's just great. Cause like we always try to guess the answers, and every time I get something right, my brother just freaks out and is like, "How do you know this crap?" And it's like, "This is basic stuff." He's like, "This is basic mythology. This is basic history." Like, give my brother is older than me, and he freaks the heck out over stuff like this, and I find it hilarious. Because he's like, just wait, there's gonna be a League of Legends question. When he's like, no, there's not gonna be any League of Legends questions, brother. You're not. There's gonna be no League of Legends questions on Jeopardy. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. All you wonderful, wonderful viewers out there. Take this up to 85. Yes, like, I took classes on Greco-Roman mythology. When there are questions on Jeopardy that are Greco-Roman mythology, I will know the answers to this. Model I was making during stream room. How did the paint get ruined? Was like something got painted wrong, or like the paint started like peeling off or something, like just the paint didn't dry correctly. Well, I instantly thought I needed it, looked at the wall, I had $100 I could buy it, but no way to hide it. Oh! Oh! That's the total bundle separately. I saw $8 sharp ballot. Yeah, I mean, see, that's like a cool thing, but there's no way you're gonna get like the freaking battle axe. As awesome as that would be, not gonna get it. And I'm just reminded of just like the Dinobots from Transformers, where they all have like energy melee weapons. Like, oh yeah, one's got a mace, one's got a medieval flail, Grimlock's got a giant whack-off sword, one is a battle axe. I'm pretty sure one of them just doesn't even have like a weapon. It's just like, no, I just punch stuff. I just use gun. I love it. I love Transformers. It's such... Transformers is one of those series that I am so sad the movies try to take it so seriously. It's like, they're movies about giant transforming robots that turn into cars, trucks, planes, and dinosaurs. Why are you playing this stuff so serious? Just go full nonsense. And you know what, when they go full nonsense, it actually does well. Because we don't care about... It's like Godzilla movies. You don't come to Godzilla movies for like a good story and good characters. It's a nice bonus, but you come to see giant atomic dinosaur punch giant three-headed space dragon in the face of the building. That's what you come for. Yeah, there's no way that I'm going to do League of Legends on Jeopardy. I mean, there's been a couple of Pokemon questions on Jeopardy. So, like, I think it's possible. I mean, look at Pokemon is a bigger fun. Pokemon is like a much bigger thing because like, it's Pokemon. And generally when it was like, yo, Pokemon questions, it was like, you know, Pikachu was the answer. Or... You know, it was a Gen 1 Pokemon answer. Like, the answer was a Gen 1 Pokemon. Or, like, in a category called video games. The enamel paint shrank and wrinkled after 4 days of work. Now I have to try and strip. How the heck does the paint mess up that badly? When I'm disappointed and vowed to one day find it, but back to the arena, I was out with the battle axe at the end. Nice. The quest for Ruse to acquire the battle axe. Thank you, Omar, for grabbing the link. Thank you very much for grabbing that link, Omar. How you doing, Kayla? Hope you're doing well. Hope that Kayla is doing good. But yeah, today is going to be interesting. And again, if you guys haven't done so, tonight, well actually not tonight, in 2 hours, the first episode on my channel of the Timmy B, Sly Guy, Jakey XY, and me 2v2 Soul Link is gonna be going up, and there is going to be some shenanigans that are being shenaniganized. I think you guys are gonna love that series. Again, I am proud of how that's been going, because we have recorded 5 episodes in total for that series, and we are enjoying the series so much. I'm so glad I joined the EBL, because doing collab stuff with them has just been delightful. But how does the enamel shrink on paint? Could that be like a humidity sort of thing? Because I'm not the most familiar with like models and stuff like that. I love to do things with models, like, you know, like painted ship models, or painted, like, you know, Star Wars ship models, like battleship models. Like, those sound pretty cool. But I know I don't have like the steady hands to make those things. Because those who don't know, my hands kind of shake a little bit. One of the reasons I would be a terrible brain surgeon. So I don't have the ability to make stuff like that, because I know a bunch of people who do have like very, very steady hands, but I'm not those people. I wish I had the steady hands to do stuff like that, though. I'm doing very well. Question is, has Sly said anything else we wanted? No. Not, I mean, I think that there's definitely are some things that Sly said that you will want to be clipping Mudkip, but nothing off the top of my head that I was like, you know Mudkip's clipping that. Well, I bet that was a nice start for the imagination. A little snippet of Roost story time is never a bad thing. Exactly. I officially hate enamel paint. It's so finicky compared to acrylic. It is a humidity and temperature thing. Very slow drying process. Okay. Yeah, because I know acrylic paint. Acrylic has, like, ceramic or something in it. Because I know acrylic paint is almost like a plastic when it dries. Acrylic paint's a little different. The only thing about paint that I really know is, again, like, I love Transformers, and one of my favorite characters, actually my second favorite character in Transformers, is Starscream. And the second movie, Starscream figure, it had, like, all these, like, Cybertronian symbols on it, but they were, like, almost, like, painted on, so, like, you know, playing with the toy, you know, transforming it, like, your fingers rubbing against it, would cause the symbols to wear away. So, what we had to do was we went out and we bought clear nail polish. And I went to one of my friends who, like, I know they have very, very steady hands. I was like, can you please, like, put clear nail polish on the figure over, like, these symbols? Because I don't want them to wear away. And, you know, now it's like, you know, you don't notice the clear nail polish anymore on the figures. These, again, it's very, very smooth. But, like, I was so worried that, like, are they going to mess up the clear nail polish? And it's going to, like, stick the thing together. I was like, no, it didn't. Nothing bad happened to it. But it was like, there was a few days I was, like, really worried that toy was going to be ruined. I still actually have them, like, in the basement somewhere. I love my Transformers figures. But, like, Transformers is pretty awesome. It's an awesome series. Again, it's just kind of a shame that, like, the series takes itself way too seriously in movies. I just want giant robot T-Rex that breathes fire to rip apart giant bug monster robot. Is that so much to ask for? For a second, I thought that Rockruff was a shiny Skidoo because it looked off-colored, but no. It's just a Rockruff. Which we are going to be hunting Rockruff eventually. That is on the list of shiny hunts. The good thing is that, like, a lot of my shiny hunts I still need to go do. I am finding locations for them. But yeah, it's going pretty good. Things are going pretty thinging. I was attempting to paint a model like G1 Starscream and Rainbow. Nice. Like, I'll be real. I'm not the biggest fan of G1. Like, G1 Starscream's design, I love. I just hate how high-pitched his voice is. His voice is so high-pitched and annoying. But, like, Charlie Adler Starscream from the movies, that's my Starscream. That's deep. It's threatening. Well, it's not, like deep, but it's low, raspy. Love it. Sad because Oshawott still hates me and still hasn't come out of the shiny. Wow. How many eggs have you hatched for Oshawott then, Kayla? How far into that shiny hunt are you? Because I know from me. Let's go check where what Rowlet, that is that. Actually, no, the Oshawott counter is on the other streaming setup, but I can't actually go check right now. The Oshawott has also been similarly a shoe when it comes to me. But, I mean, it's not as big of a shoe as, you know, frickin' Greninja's been. Too many. Yeah, honestly, there are some times where it's better to not keep track of the eggs. There are sometimes it's just better. I still find it funny, though, that the one time I didn't keep track of the eggs, cough, cough, Hisui, and Zorua, we got the eggs stupid quick. Like, under 250 eggs. It was insane. But 240 eggs, I should say. Not 250, 240. But again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more, you wonderful, wonderful viewing audience. Stay away from the Nummel. Save the Nummel. We always save the Nummel. That is an even 300. One for every one of the Spartans. This is Sparta. Kick. We're just dropping all the movie references today. All the movie references are being dropped. So yeah, now we're gonna go across the Sado Desert and head into Porto Muranata to go check our new auctions. Flittle, we already have Shiny Flittle. I'm not gonna be hunting that one. But yeah, if we do finish all of our Cyndaquil eggs today, I will be going and doing some Houndour hunts. We're gonna go back to the Lakeside Cave and then do some stuff there. It's all back to square one, but I got Special Generations, Robots in Disguise, Jetfire, one of the Hasbro. Nice! That sounds awesome. Yeah, it's very interesting to think that originally Transformers was made in Japan, but then it was just bought by Hasbro to be produced in the West, and was like, you know, it was originally a Japanese design. But yeah, like, Transformers has a very interesting history when it comes to, like, the entire series. I recognize Leonidas, Jescar's peeling off hair and makeup. Didn't glue it on right. Nice. Hey, we're getting raided. Welcome in Z-Smash Raid. Welcome in Shadow the Hedgehog. Amazing. Welcome in Eclipse Dragon. Yeah, Special Benjamin Variant. I've loved to go to one of those conventions, but like I know I never like will be able to go to them. But where is Z-Smash themselves? BotCon exclusive, I think, is what those are. Welcome in Omega Trial. Thank you very much for coming in with that raid. But where is the Z-Smasher themselves, Mr. Z-Smasher Gaming? Hope you're doing very, very well, everyone. And if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. For those of you who are just new and just tuning in, we have a Soul Link Versus going up today in about 2 hours. Collab between me, Timmy B, and Sly Guy, as well as Jakey XY. But welcome in Z-Smash. How did your stream go? What were you streaming? And did it go well? Let's see how it went. It's actually bought out. It's import and collaborate. Really? It's not a BotCon exclusive. Interesting. Fascinating. But yeah, I love like the convention exclusive Transformer stuff. At the same time, that stuff is really dang expensive, and it's like I'd never be able to get them. Like Rust in Peace Cliff Jumper, really cool. It's zombie Cliff Jumper, but like at the same time, that was a BotCon exclusive. You can't get it again. Well, you probably can, but it's like again, the resale is cheap, is insane these days. You know, trying best to try and make the restart. I wish you good luck. Can you not get any like acrylic versions of the paint you need? Or is it like they're only the enamel paints? Again, I don't really know much about models, but I wish you the best of luck on painting those. And getting them to actually not work. Not work, I should say. Double negative. You have to do the double negative. Alright, let's see. PP up, quick ball. How PP up is this? No. Not worth it. The reason I always go and check the Porto Muranata auction is it rerolls every 72 minutes. And I'm a glutton for all of the apricorn balls. I really want to get as many of those as possible for the special Pokeballs. I would literally just leave this game running in the background whenever I'm editing videos, when I'm doing anything, just like to have the rerolls. I'm a little crazy when it comes to things like that. One could call it, well, There's a fine line between genius and insanity, they do say. So, but how did it go? Z-Smash, how did your stream go? You're all doing other things for thumbnails, I guess. 300, love the movie so much. There's a bunch of them. Well then, that's something. That's something. Wait, nah, I don't want to read. So, okay, then, interesting. I'm gonna attempt it again with the acrylic exclusive once I strip them out. Is there any way to strip off the enamel paint without damaging it, or is it like just the paint is peeling off, like it didn't like soak in correctly? Acrylic is hard to screw up, I think. Oh, famous last words, Black Dog. That is famous last words. Just like Sly saying Bastiodon isn't gonna die. Then like 5 minutes later, Bastiodon got freaking wrecked by Breloom. And that was the end of the Hoopa Unbound and the Bastiodon pair. Episode 1, starter pair was ended for our opposition. I still find it hilarious how of the 3 of us, of the 4 of us in that, you know, versus Soul Link, 3 of them got Psychic type starters. Jakey XY got Mega Mewtwo X, I got a Behem, and It's Really Timmy B got a Hoopa Unbound. And then there was Sly Guy who got a Bastiodon. Just found that a little funny. There were a lot of like shared typings among our Pokemon for a good while, which I think is pretty neat. But nothing good at our auctions, so we're gonna head back to the lakeside cave. Well, head back to the lake area. Takes forever for acrylic to dry and set and dry up. You need to sand it off and start over. I thought acrylic dried kind of fast. Again, I don't really know my stuff about paints. I'm not an artist. Most I do is like write stories and like draw. I don't know a thing about painting. I do not have the talent for it. It's like rubbery, soft coating acrylic as a hard bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like acrylic is almost like plastic when it dries. Again, that's like the only thing I know about it. To weather my Ghostbusters props. Fun. That's awesome. Hey Rosie, how are you doing? How is Rosie doing today? Depends on how moist. There was a person in one of my classes in high school who would visibly shudder anytime the word moist was said. And one of the teachers like would specifically say the word moist because like they knew it did that, like they would visibly shudder and was like, but don't have like a visible reaction, they will stop doing it. It was one of those things, but yeah. Rained yesterday and the car was drying in the garage. Tired, sick. You should be sleeping, Rosie. You should be sleeping. If you are tired and you are sick. Or drinking chicken soup. And drinking water. Water helps when you are sick. Well, fluids in general help with sick. Wonder what the word is. I don't know. It's like, again, it's one of those things where it's like, it's just a word. It's the word moist. What is... The other thing was there was another person who like had a similar reaction, but it was to the word nestled. And now this was a math class that they were in. And we were talking about like angles, and there's a specific term for one of the angles called the nestled angle. So it's like you just can't ignore, like, it's a term. It's a very specific term for what we're doing. You need to use the word. Why do you hate the word nestled? It just... I don't have many fond stories of things in high school, but one of them was that math class. Because the teacher just, like, they just didn't give a crap about anything. They were chill, and they were just silly. I loved it. Like, if you ever can, aspire to find the teachers that are the kind of first, like, you can just, like, sit down and just, like, have a drink with. And they're, like, they are awesome. Those can't sleep. Was doing schoolwork, also in spring break. Also failing class. Yeah, I know what that's like, actually. I was actually failing a class in college. A few classes at college. Not good stories. I don't know, people are a bit weird with words. It's like, again, words are a silly thing. Like, why do words get a rise out of people? Can't sleep. I don't think so. So you're trying to, like, finish up, like, get back to the work with the missing assignments during break. Yeah, I've done that before. So yeah, I feel that. I got Ecto 1 model I gotta build. Nice. I've seen the original Ghostbusters. I didn't see it until recently, relatively recently, I should say. Not recently as in, like, the last few weeks. Recently as in, like, probably 4 years ago is when I first saw it. Good movie. I was like, wait, Sigourney Weaver's in this movie. Ellen Ripley fighting ghosts. Like, if you just told me, like, 7, 10, 15 years ago, yeah, Ghostbusters is Ellen Ripley fighting ghosts, I would be like, take my money. I want to see that. Shut up and take my money. That's just my entire reaction. Those who don't know, I'm a big fan of the Aliens franchise. So it's like, yeah. I'm a big fan of, like, the Alien movies, the Predator movies, Terminator. I love those series. Kind of sad that they can't do good with them. No missing work right now, probably because term ended the week before break. Nice. Nice, Mudkey up. Yeah, it's good when there is no better feeling than when, like, homework and like classwork is just done. It's just pure dialyzed satisfaction that you can just sit back, do whatever you want, and not need to worry about schoolwork for another however many months. It's a good, satisfying feeling. Some modicum of satisfaction. Bing. No missing work. Nice. But yeah, for those wondering about the EBL, I will be partaking in EBL Season 6, which is going to be starting up in a couple of months. Actually, let me go check on the Ghostbusters 2 Ecto 1 model, pile things to do. Can't, like, that actually sounds really cool, Black Dog. I would actually like to hear those. That template latest found out our small screen does not really the best quality restricted on performance battle. Yeah. Let me just go check when EBL Season 6 is going to be starting. I'm a little sad that the fusions are banned. Because I asked in the server, so what is the legality status of something like Duskmane Necrozma? Because I was thinking, next season I'd love to pick up Duskmane Necrozma. But it's like, no, Duskmane Necrozma is banned. All fusions are banned. So, like, no Calyrex forms, no Black or White Kyram, no Dawnwing's Duskmane Necrozma. So much Sad Boys moment. Alright, let's see. We have Sick, 2 Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet and Fallout Winter, too many ifs and buts around to manage on Scarlet Violet, not enough to decide, there's not enough Paradox Mons, Sick and Sword and Shield for Season 6, All Out, Scarlet Violet Fest for Season 7, let's put Season future coaches, React, Season 6 will be slightly later in the year than normal, for a fun... Yes, okay. So pretty much Season 6 is going to be a little bit later in the year than usual, but we're going to be doing Little Cup, which, I mean, I'm not the biggest Little Cup guy in the world, but it's something new and something. It's a thing. Matter, you have a polarized capacitor. I do not have a polarized capacitor, unfortunately. Not to mention, I have ADD, make mistakes about taking cola, and ADD. Yeah. I have ADD myself, my brother has ADHD, so I know exactly what that is like. I honestly feel you. Oh, the X-Ball. Nice. That's actually really good. Like, the people who do, like, the full-scale thing, like, you know, they have, like, the DeLorean from Back to the Future that is, like, actually a DeLorean that looks like the one from Back to the Future. I respect the hell out of that. I love that. It's, like, that shows the dedication. So, let's go check. So let me go check when was, like, the previous Elite Battle League seasons. So, Hall of Fame preview teams. Okay. So, yeah, so the EBL started in 2021. So, Season 1 was, okay, July to August of that, of 2021. Then October to November of 2021. Then February to March. Okay. So, it's looking like there's about a 5-6 month gap between things. So we're probably going to be starting in October this year for EBL Season 6. That's not bad. Okay, I can deal with that. Cadillac, Miller, and Meteor was the model, I believe. Anyway, I shall begin to list off the under models. I have an open coat can with caffeine free, or the caffeinated don't work at all. Caffeine one, like dummy. Yeah, I mean, I don't drink caffeine at all. I have a friend from high school who we helped break them of their caffeine addiction, and, you know, I saw what, they didn't drink coffee, they drank Mountain Dew, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I saw what Mountain Dew addiction basically did to them, and I have no idea, I have no desire to experience, like, caffeine addiction myself. So, and again, I have ADD, so I already have a bit of a focusing issue. I don't want to aggravate that further. But also, again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. You wonderful, wonderful viewers. There are only 6 likes on the stream, it seems, and there are 9 of you wonderful viewers out there. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than finding an Ecto 1. That is... yeah, you're probably right on that. That math checks out. That math does indeed very much check out. Yeah. Y'all do not want to see me on caffeine. Yeah, that's a scary thought, Mudkip. You with caffeine is, like, nightmare. I don't want to see that. That is something I never want to see. Yeah, Mountain Dew is, like, again, I stay away from caffeine. I have a friend who had it, and I helped him get him over that caffeine addiction, but it's like, man, that is something I am staying clear away from. Because, again, caffeine addiction is not good. One more egg, and then we go to the next thing. Nope, not a shiny deerling. There we go. 25. Yeah, Mudkip on caffeine is just, I don't even want to imagine what Mudkip on caffeine is, because I could imagine, like, freaking Quicksilver from the X-Men movies, just, like, doing everything at hyperspeed. And you can't see what he's doing, he's just doing everything in the background. That's terrifying, and also kind of awesome. Excellent, I can make another sandwich. Not Pokemon Portal. Picnic. Not Pokemon Portal. Picnic. We need to go back. No, wrong button. Picnic. There we go. Also, guys, again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Next picnic sandwich is going to be made for egg power, because these do speed up egg hatching. It shaves off like 1/4 of the time necessary, which is amazing for us. Yeah, Mudkip on caffeine is just like nightmares incarnate. That's just nightmare fuel. I don't want to see that. But also kind of awesome. But yeah, there's stuff and things. There's stuff and things. I wish you could skip through this. Yeah, there's no way to skip it. I literally just pressed every single button on this thing other than the screenshot and home button, and it just doesn't skip through it. The caffeine I ever have is caffeine in a very few months. Yeah, I will have, like, maybe one thing of, like, Orange Crush every, like, once every 6 months. And that's the most caffeine I'll ever have. Because it's just, I do not want to have caffeine. It's just, I have trouble sleeping as is, and caffeine just keeps me up all night. It's just no sleep access. The most epic moment of 2013 would be predicting the Shiny Roaring. That was great. That was amazing. The freaking 0 special attack IV. Again, it isn't functional, because there's nothing that actually uses the special attack stat of Roaring Moon, but it is just kind of like, you know, you got that right. You called the 0 special attack stat on it. And that is forever going to be not golden bottle capped, because I don't need to use a gold bottle cap. Crushing the cafe. Crush the cafe. Really? I'm pretty sure, I thought that orange... Was it that or Fanta that has caffeine in it? Because I know one of the orange sodas, like it or Fanta, I'm pretty sure has caffeine in it. Unless, you know, my aunt was lying about that. Which, probably, she might have been. Just right. Honestly, that actually, now thinking about it, that is something that they would do to stop my brother and I from drinking too much soda when we were younger. Because they, like, traumatized, because they knew about how much I was off-put from caffeine. So, that would actually make sense to kind of keep my brother and I from drinking. Because, I mean, my brother just, like, sucks down a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew like it's nothing. Which is terrifying. You have to escape. Really? I could have sworn that... And, again, I guess maybe it was, like, them saying that to get us to not drink too much of it. Interesting. I'm just learning all things. I'm just learning a whole bunch of things these days. Interesting. Well, dang. Yeah, thinking about it now, it probably was something that they did to keep my brother and I from drinking too much soda. Second favorite moment was the shiny Screamtail not letting you catch it, and the other shiny Screamtail despawned. Yeah, that was infuriating. The Scream was like, no, you're not gonna get the other one, just despawned. Nope, despawn. 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 Speaking of Omar, in an upcoming competitive thing, I am very likely going to be using a Screamtail, potentially, as a member of my team. So, that's a thing. Actually, let me have another look-see at what Screamtail gets. Because, like, I'm thinking of using a support Screamtail. See him getting struck by lightning before Ecto 1 base cards alive. The guy has like 7 of his property among the trio of DeLorean and continue with his... Nice. Like, that right there is how you freaking flex. 3 DeLorean. That is a freaking flex right there. I mean, there's a few different Pokemon I am considering using for that competitive event upcoming. But Screamtail is on the short list for 2 main reasons. One, it's Screamtail. You know, obviously, I gotta get that Omar representation in on the team, obviously, because, you know, it's Omar. The other part is, Photosynthesis into Special Defense is kind of very good for me. And again, it just has an amazing, move pool. Like, moves it gets. You know, it obviously gets, you know, Misty and Psychic Drain. I love that it gets, like, Fire Blast and stuff. Yeah, it gets Flamethrower, Thunderbolt. It just gets so much good tech. It's like, Screamtail just gets all of the good things. It gets Stealth Rocks. Why the hell does this thing get Stealth Rocks? I love it. This is terrifying. Screamtail, you're shortlisted for this. So I was like, Sprite type of thing. Really? Still mad at Game Freak not giving me Paradox form to move Screech, even though it's Screamtail. To be fair, Omar, if they gave Screamtail Screech, I think it would just be too powerful. Like, I'm pretty sure it gets Fake Tears. Let's see. Crunch. Does it get Fake Tears? Fling. Yes, it already gets Fake Tears. So, like, it already gets one of the most terrifying defense-crushing abilities, moves there is, not abilities. And it's absurdly bulky. Now, you give that thing Screech. You give it Screech, you give it Fake Tears. You have just an unstoppable destroyer of worlds. Also, you give it Noble Roar, which it also gets. It's like, Screamtail just gets everything. It just gets all the stuff and things that you could ever hope to want, other than Screech. It just gets so much good. Like, it gets skills. It gets screen breaking. It gets wish. It gets fake tears. It just gets like everything you could ever want. I love it. It's the little Mewtwo-shaped ball of terror. Well, it's the ball-shaped Mewtwo of absolute destruction, and I love it. That's why I can't use my old Switch now. Both the Joy-Con rails are disconnected. How? How are they disconnected? Mudkip, what did you do to your Switch? What traumas have you inflicted on that poor gaming console? Wasn't alive is correct. You can find similar Cadillacs that look the part, but the ones used in the film wasn't. Yeah, that's generally how it is with cars in movies. The ones that are used are like a special custom version, like they're very rarely the actual ones you can just buy off the shelf, because for various reasons. Like, that's something my brother and I were talking about the Age of Extinction Bumblebee Camaro. I think, well, he and I both think that maybe that was like a custom special one. It wasn't an actual, like, one you could buy, because like we've never seen, and like we see the other Camaros, you know, painted in the Bumblebee livery and everything like that, you know, driving around. Because, you know, people love them. You know, it's got the yellow with the black racing stripes of all the different models. But we've never seen the one from Age of Extinction. It's like, maybe the Age of Extinction one was a custom one. Yeah, Mark, alright. Mork. So, what is with the name Mini Mark Madness? Is that because he actually does look for the tiny mark on Pokemon? Or is that something else? Because I actually briefly realized that, wait, there's a mark for the miniaturist Pokemon. I must ascend now, my people need me, and I have... So you're just becoming Ash William from Evil Dead now, Black Dog. Alright, see you later. Have a good day. It may or may not have broken one of the Joy-Con rails with a cable. How did you do that, Mudkip? Did you like step on your Switch and shatter the rails? Mudkip, what did you do? I dropped my Switch so many times. I've gone through a lot of Joy-Con. Yikes. Yeah, I keep my Switch in like perpetual docked mode. Well, that's what I mean. Like, what is with the origin of the name Mini Mark Madness? What is like the origin of the name? Yeah, I keep my Switch in, like, perpetual docked mode. So, because I have Butterfingers. Like, I don't frequently drop things, but my worry is that I will drop my Switch. So I just keep it, you know, docked. So that way, worst that happens is I drop this controller, or I drop my, my gyro controller, or I drop my Joy-Cons. Because those are expendable. Those are all peripheral parts that if they're damaged, I don't need to worry about, because I can just buy another set of them. I actually do. I have a pristine pair of Joy-Cons that have never been used in the nightstand right behind me, right here. They're in there to prevent dust from getting into it. And just like, yeah, no, I'm keeping them in there because I don't want to lose them. I don't want them to get damaged. Whereas the ones that are presently docked on the Switch, as well as this one, because I actually have two extra. I have two of the blue left Joy-Cons, and then one of the right red one. Because the left Joy-Con started drifting, so we got another one to replace it, and then this other one also started drifting. You recognize it because of me. I've bought all of them except Let's Go ones because we came to Switch. I got free trips. Nice! Yeah, I've debated getting, like, the special collector's versions of, like, the Joy-Cons and everything. But this is kind of the thing with me. I would never use those Joy-Cons. So, like, I would just keep them, and I would never use them, and I would never be able to appreciate them. Whereas, you know, the DS, for those who don't know, the 3DS XL that I have, and the 3DS that I use actually for recording, is the special Solgaleo Lunala 3DS XL, which I actually bought that one refurbished. Yeah, this is the way that I think about brain plays when it comes to, like, buying my consoles at times, is I bought a refurbished DS because, like, they're cheaper, but my mentality is, well, it's a refurbished console, it's a refurbished console, it's a refurbished system, which means they knew there was a deficiency in the product initially. It was sent back in. They fixed the deficiency, which means it is probably better than a standard one just off the shelf because they had to fix it. You know, maybe they found some other, you know, deficiency in it, maybe there was some other problem, and they fixed that, and then they sell the refurbished version, but because it's refurbished, they have to put it as a lower price. So, I get a better quality thing, and it's lower price. That's why I went for the refurbished one. Also, it was, like, the only one that had the Solgaleo Lunala on it I could find, so it was, like, win-win. And I love this system. This system has been through a whole lot with me. It's why, like, if anything happens to this system, I will be devastated, because this is where we recorded so much of our stuff on it. First pair of the red and blue ones I came with. One of the joysticks came out, and I don't know how the hell that happened. Yeah, because isn't, like, the Joy-Con underneath it, in a way? I've had more Joy-Cons drift than a certain famous... You were explaining that, Black Dog. I don't understand that at all, and I need to know the origin of that. Well, that happened with my set of my red and blue ones. Yikes. Hello there, Chano. Welcome in. It's been a while. Hope you're doing very well. And again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. You wonderful, wonderful viewers. Yeah, freaking... Screamtail's insane. I look forward to using that on my competitive battling thing. Also, Omar, I'm probably going to need you to bring over, to help me bring over my Screamtail from my Scarlet version later, so I can transfer that into my main game. Does someone convert the Dodge Magnum into the Ectomobile? Yeah, there's plenty of Ghostbusters cars, but the original seems super rare, I digress. Joy-Cons are pretty easy to fix. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can, like, there's a special, like, P.O. box that Nintendo runs that you just send your Joy-Cons in when they break and they will fix them for free. Because Nintendo is aware of the problems with the Joy-Cons. If I remember correctly, the Joy-Cons were kind of semi-rushed. Like, it was a part of it that they were aware there was a deficiency in, which is why they have, like, the thing that fixes them, because, again, they recognize that the product was not fully perfected, but they needed to get the thing out. So they kind of cut a few corners. I have no idea. I do not know a thing about that. You need to explain that, Black Dog. You're explaining. I must know the details on this. This sounds delightful. Hello, Tommy. Welcome back. The prodigal Tommy has returned. Oh yeah, that happens anytime that someone has a thing that starts with back or I'm back. Reminder of the label at the bottom with the 1 in 100 number you could call an illustration of Mario holding a wrench. I mean, man, you know, he got the idea for the second channel because the trolls have so much made more right. Yeah. Like, you have inflicted mental scars on people. You have inflicted mental scars on people with your wiggly tough, Omar. Thank you. That's how the rest of the stream. The rest of the streams are going pretty well so far, Tommy. Oh, again, we're just hatching eggs. I forgot, but tried to fix the joystick. Pop the joystick off. Interesting. Yeah, I know there's apparently like a DIY fix you can do where you put some rubbing alcohol on a cotton swab and then like you bring that around the joystick. And that kind of fixes things, but it hasn't fixed my Joy-Cons that well. But I am going to be probably sending in my Joy-Cons. Once I finish Let's Go, I'm probably going to send in my Joy-Cons to have the drift corrected. Because I don't think any upcoming series I'm going to be recording needs Joy-Cons. I've heard of Initial D. I know about the Deja Vu memes. But I've never seen Initial D. I'm not much of an anime person. Yeah, I have the to fix Joy-Con drift on those. I like how Oshawa gets out of the egg with a war and Cyndaquil gets out of the egg. It's just doing Mexican wave. We love the egg hatching. Again, there's so much personality in these animations in the game. I love it. They're delightful. They are adorable. Yeah, I'm not sure even like the Mexican wave. I need to see that. I need to see what this Mexican wave is. Ah, okay. Interesting. Fascinating. There we go. Boxes. 50. There we go. Still no shiny. We are getting close to odds. Well, not exactly. So that'll be about 100. That's 100 of them right there. 90. We will. Okay, so we are not going to be hitting odds today. We will not hit odds today, but we will get close. I've bought Does Math set of Joy-Cons and 2 Pro controllers, and I'm broke for how? I don't need to send Joy-Cons to be fixed. I can just get a spare joystick from the Joy-Cons and place it myself. Wow. Impressive. Yeah, see, I don't trust myself. That's the thing. They do cost way too much. That's why whenever I need to go buy a controller, I buy wired, because wired controllers cost less. Because obviously, they don't need to have all the sensors and like the wireless transmitting equipment in them. So I just do a wired controller, because it's cheaper. Because I think like the wired controller, when I went to buy this one, and the wireless Pro controller, I think the difference was like 30 bucks. It's like, why would I ever do that? Why would I ever spend $30 on a controller? But why would I spend like $50 on a controller when I can buy one for 20? Why would I do that? Because like this one I didn't buy. This one was a gift for me. I'm still laughing that Mark joined my picnic and didn't realize I had 6 giant scream tail and started yelling. That was great. Like, Mark should have known. With you, it's scream tail all the time. It was just panic. There was nothing but sheer terror in his voice when he saw them. All the scream tail, all the terror, all the screamy little Mewtwo ball of doom. We love it. Yeah, I bought 3 Switches, got on Christmas, these, most of the memes, the 90s-ish Toyota Corolla, 210 Apex, known as a classic code AE86 or Hichiroku, famous white and black two-tone. All this is just going right over my head, Black Dog. I don't know much about cars. It just like, those are words. I recognize Toyota Corolla, but all of it are just whoosh. First party Pro controller is $70 and the pair of Joy-Cons are... Yeah, that's why I don't buy Joy-Cons. Like, the pair of Joy-Cons I have in my nightstand are isolated in there, so I do not use them. So when I need Joy-Cons for things like Skyward Sword or like very fine motion controls, they are pristine, they are non-drifting, and they will work perfectly. Whereas I just use, like, this Joy-Con and, like, the other ones which are on my Switch right now charging, because I can... They can be expendable. I can afford to... Not yet, 55. I can afford to not have them, you know, be in the greatest of condition, because, like, they're not meant to be the fine controls one. But the good ones I keep them, like, safely locked away, because you never know when I could need them for, you know, again, fine motion controls for whatever game. Because, yeah, like, because I played Skyward Sword with the janky controls, and it was not fun. Because the motion controls were a little bonked, the gyros did not work perfectly, and I want to keep everything working. Hello there, McRobbie. How are you doing? I hope you are doing delightful. I know I am, but welcome to the stream. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Funny part is, my shiny Screamtail all turned... That was the best part. They all simultaneously just looked at Mark. It's like, no, you're palm ears for lunch. Is Mark still doing his, like, 100 Palmy Shiny quest? Like, what? Why? What is with the insanity that is Mini Mark? Well, then again, we know Mark is crazy. When we got flying cars, I saw the Jetsons Back to the Future thing. We already have flying cars. Yeah, exactly. They're helicopters. It's like... I mean, the other thing is flying cars are hugely impractical, because the amount of energy they actually require to maintain being off the ground is a little absurd. Like, they're cool, but they're impractical as heck. But again, I mean, that's why, like, magnetic roads would probably be a thing. Like, if you had magnetic roads, then we'd have flying cars. But then there's literally just maglev trains. But how's everybody doing? Thank you very much. Oh, there's 16 people. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Again, if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Also, if you enjoy, you know, other Pokemon stuff, because we actually have a Nuzlocke ongoing collab versus Soul Link series. It's a lot of things. It's an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire 2v2 versus that is a Soul Link with It's Really Timmy B, Sly Guy, myself, and JTXY. The second episode of which is going to be going up in an hour and 15 minutes on my channel. So when this stream ends off, I think you guys are going to love checking that video out. There's a lot of shenanigans, a lot of yelling, a lot of chaos and terror and shenanigans that happened. There we go. That is 360, one egg for every degree of rotation. Sorry, I'm a math nerd. Hello there, Rockruff Gaming. Absolutely wonderful Pokemon, Rockruff. We do indeed love Rockruff. Rockruff is a good doggo. Then again, all doggo Pokemon are good doggos. Yeah, the first episode is up on Timmy B's channel. And the first episode is on Timmy B's channel. So this is basically the order in which episodes are going to go up. Every week, it's going to be Every week, the first episode is going to go up on Timmy's channel on Monday. The second episode is going to go up on my channel on Tuesday. The third episode is going to go up on Sly Guy's channel on Thursday. And then JKXY is going to have the last video of the week, which goes up on Friday. And then, you know, the next week the cycle is going to repeat. So, basically, episode 1, 5, 9, 13, etc., etc. is going to be on Timmy's channel. Episode 2, 6, 10, 14, etc., etc. is going to be my channel, and so on and so forth. And that's basically how the rotation is going to be going. God bless Mark. He tried his best to collect 100 shiny Palmy, and then I flexed on him with a Screamtail. See, you just enjoy shattering Mark's hopes. But how are you doing, Rockruff? Welcome into the stream. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you doing delightful. Tradition for none of the videos to go on Sly's. No, they need to go up on... They need to go up on Sly's channel, Mudkip. After all, how else are you going to continue enjoying the suffering that Sly's going to be a part of for that series? Because, like, there's a lot of, again, the Soul Links are all about suffering. They're all about suffering and pain and just, I mean, that's what Nuzlocke are in general. But, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, they were talking us down, like, oh, yeah, the underdogs are, you know, Maxis and Jakey, and they need a handicap. It was like, no, we're steamrolling you. This is where we steamroll your faces. Let's go. Oh, nice. Also, you're Rosie's cousin. Very nice. Delightful. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, Rockruff, if you are new. Thank you very much for popping in. Also, yes, check out the Super server. The link to that Discord is posted right now in the chat. Basically, there's a whole bunch of other wonderful content creators. We're all a bunch of, like, smaller creators, but we come together because, you know, oh, there's people on my stuff that might like your stuff, and some people on your stuff might like my stuff. So basically, we share, you know, stuff with everyone else, so we all help everyone else get bigger. A whole bunch of wonderful, heartwarming, wholesome people and individuals. You knew I was gonna clip that too. Yeah, I was like, that is a kind of thing where it's like, this is a Mudkip clippable moment. I knew he was gonna clip that. Like, that was the best part. Was like, this is, I don't know what's scarier. The fact that I know you well enough to know what you're going to clip when it comes to things Sly says. Or the fact that Sly knows things like that will get clipped by you. Time to refight the gyms. The gyms are not very hard. Yeah, the gym rebattles were neat, but they're not very, very difficult rematches. I like them, but again, they're not that hard. If we end up finding the Houndour today, and if we end up finding the Houndour and both of the Gumshoes we need, I will probably be switching over to Rockruff Shiny Hunting, because I still need that one. For the Living Shiny Dex. Because, yeah, for those who don't know, we are doing a Living Shiny Dex right now. And we very much need it. Because we already have a shiny midday Lycanroc. We got, I think, like 2 of those already. Whereas I still need a midnight form. Well, I want a midnight form. I don't need to hunt the other ones. I just really want them. Bug types. If only I had a fire starter. Oh, wait, I do. Yeah. You pretty much Skeledirge obliterates all of the gyms other than water. Skeledirge is kind of insane. I like it. It's like, no, what do you do to Skeledirge? You don't. You just lose. Skeledirge just blasts things. Skeledirge just yells at things, and they disintegrate. It's why we love Skeledirge. Yeah, I think overall, it probably is, like, the second most fun starter I've ever used. But it's second to the one and only Feraligatr. So why is it Steven? So why did you call it Steven the Skeledirge? You know, like, I just was like, why is it? Because, like, I know a lot of my friends have named, like, their Skeledirge, well, they're Fuecoco originally, pepper, like habanero, ghost chili, things like that, or like a California Reaper, Carolina Reaper, so, like, you know, things to that effect. But not Steven. Well, thank you very much, Rockruff. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I understand that feeling, Rosie. You can just, like, take a mental break when it comes to homework. I mean, fair enough, Mudkip. Fair enough. That is a very fair point. That is a very, very delightfully fair point. Hey, thank you very much. I love how you can tell it has been so long since anyone interacted with that sub icon that the text font shifted like a few seconds after, like a few frames after it started up to the default, and then it switches to what it is set to, because again, no one uses it. Fair enough. I mean, that's like with Fred the Mamoswine, because it just said it looked like a Fred. For those who want to know about Fred the Mamoswine, I highly encourage you to check out the Heart Gold Let's Play series we did. And, first I ever did. In this class, I have... Yeah, I understand that feeling, Rosie. There is one class in particular where that actually happened with me, and it was not a good day. It was not a very good string of months that happened in. You know, honestly, this is one thing I want to get back to doing. I kind of want to get back to working on those, like, top 10 Pokemon from every region videos that I was originally doing. But here's the tricky part. Because of how long it's been, my favorites list has actually changed. So I need to, like, go back and, like, refix. Like, okay, this is the Pokemon. This is the ordering for everything that I like now. I need to go fix this. I need to, like, go back and re-evaluate my favorites list for, like, the entire region. This is a lot of great Pokemon that I love. It's, like, so many great ones. So many great Pokemon. All awesome Pokemon. Like, in terms of, like, favorite Pokemon, this game's got a lot of good ones. Not saying, yeah, but I'll give you school now. Without the nurse reason, you'll know. Yeah, I am probably not gonna guess, because I know that, like, everyone's got stuff. Yeah, interesting thing, just unrelated tangent thing about Pokemon. I think that in this game, it is the first time that a split game locked evolution, the favorite of mine is the one that I think regardless would have been my favorite, because, you know, I like Dusk form Lycanroc, you know, more than, like, the other ones, but I feel like if I'd use, you know, either Midnight Lycanroc or Midday Lycanroc, I'd like them more. Applin and Appleton and Flapple. You know, I used Appleton, but I think I would have liked Flapple more if I ended up using it in a playthrough, and a few other Pokemon like that. But I think that Armarouge and Ceruledge is the first time that, in the end, I think I would have always fallen to, I just really like Armarouge more than Ceruledge. Not gonna lie, I brought my English grader for 32.73 days for the term. Yeah. Oh, I actually had a very similar thing with that. This was a structural geography class. Or structural geology, structural geography. I don't remember the exact name of the class. It was just structural geo is what we called it. Where, for the entire semester, I did none of the labs. And my grade was like 12%. It was a 12 GPA for the class. And in 2 days, I did all of the lab work for those classes. And that class was my highest grade of the entire semester. And it's one of those things where it's like, I'm kind of proud of, like, this is what I can do when, like, it comes to number crunching time. But at the same time, it's also like, I really shouldn't be proud of I, like, slacked off the entire semester, and I pulled out, like, that absolute win. Because that's a testament of, like, the slacking potential. Yeah, like, because there were only 3 things I did in the entire class. Like, it was all the exams, and that was it. Because we had 2 exams so far that semester. And, you know, well, of course, like, the first exam, then our midterm, and then the final. And everything else was lab work. And I don't know them. Yeah, it was a thing. And And, you know, I'm not proud of what happened with that, but the results were something spectacular, I guess is the best way of phrasing it. Okay, my teachers get back to school. Yikes. Yeah, there's some stuff that's like that. Yeah, most of my stuff was all online, because this is actually when COVID first started. So, yeah, they were a little bit more lenient because of that. Which I think, like, also, like, was a contributing factor, because I said, like, yeah, I have ADD, I have a hard time, you know, with the online lectures. And they were very understanding, and I think, like, that might have, like, bumped up my grades a little bit because of that. Which, like, not gonna complain about that. But at the same time, it's like, that is not what you should do with stuff. You should do your work very quickly with college. You should not slack off. Where good midterms, so better. Yeah, midterms, like, they suck. I hate them. It also, like, again, it also does depend very heavily on the teacher. Like, there was, like, one of the teachers I had. They were very understanding, where it's like, yeah, you know, the lockdown, you know, this is a very different thing for everything. We're all adapting to the stuff. And then there's others where it's just like, no. And they're just kind of like dicks. But, yeah, it's something that's going to be different for every teacher and every student. Which is one of the reasons why I am glad I no longer have to go to college. Because college sucks. I think they're like they're in like 4 weeks. Yeah, you should like go pretty ham on those. Cause midterms be nightmares. I remember there was one class where it was like where like the midterm I think was like 45% of your grade. Like if you did badly on the midterm, like it was almost impossible to recover your grade. And it was a recurrent problem that like students in the class would have like nightmares about this class. That like things that like had to step in as like this kind of needs to be dealt with. Oh, Skidoo. Whereas like this is like a very recurrent, like people would just like continuously get nightmares over this thing, like it was affecting their health. It was like this needs to be dialed back. It's like that is not good. Like that can actually happen. But eventually they did fix that, so that was actually good. But like freaking heck, that is literally nightmare status right there. That is quite literally nightmare status. Speaking of nightmare status, Kirby slowly working on finishing Magolor Epilogue and editing that series. My only debate for Magolor Epilogue though is, do I want to make a different thumbnail for Magolor Epilogue, make a different playlist for it, or keep the same thing? I'm still kind of debating what I do with the thumbnails for that, because we're still only episode, what, like 9, not even is up yet of Kirby's Return to Dreamland, but I've already uploaded the finale of that series. Because I pretty much recorded the entire Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe series. Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I basically recorded that entire thing in the span of like 3 days. As in 3 days of recording. So like, I played the game marathon for like 6 hours, say, Sunday. Then 4 or 5 days later, I played again, marathon recorded. Then the day after, I marathon recorded again, and that was everything. Yeah, when I get around to recording series, I binge. Like, I go crazy when it comes to recording. But the issue is oftentimes getting me to sit down and record. Because if I start recording, I basically just knock out hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of recording sessions. But the tricky part is getting me to start doing it. So it's one of those like continuous problems. But the other thing is like when I get back into the groove of recording, I generally record more consistently over the next couple of days. But then of course if I fall out of my, groove of recording, things get a little bonked and stuff goes a bit sideways. So, it's a bit of a trend. It's a bit of a current, or I guess tides, I guess. Oh, really? What's the good news, Black Red Pill? What is the news? Good news, everyone! Professor Farnsworth. Good news, everyone. Cyndaquil. I just want my strong Cyndaquil. What is it with you Johto fire types that refuse to sparkle for me? But again, you're not really over odds yet. You're just being a little bit annoying. Egg hatching. Egg go hatch, Sporkle. So what is the good news? I bred 61 boxes worth of eggs. Last breeding session got 2 shinies, pulled for the box, Cheeto in the water bowl, randomized. Fine. That's awesome. That's great. So, I guess you're going to be removing Water Tauros and Sprigatito from the egg pool now for things. Yeah, at some point, I want to do one of those, like, random egg hunts. When it comes time for Home to come out, so I can start moving all of my Pokemon into the other game. So, this is basically my plan for Scarlet. This is my plan for Scarlet version after Home comes out. Is Scarlet will store all of my Dex filler. So basically, any Pokemon that is, like Nimble, Ditto, stuff that I'm just never going to use, like all of my, all of my stuff is basically going to be like stored in there, so I can have, like 30 something, near 30 boxes of like eggs for Masuda breeding, for Masuda purposes. That way, I can just like binge collect eggs. So that's kind of the plan for that. Kayla late reply doing better. Yay! We all love Kayla. We love the Kayla. Kayla is great. I only do full line hunts, but I also normally breed an extra to hand out starters, both bulls. It's just either bull being shiny after is going to be nice. Yeah, I'm not going for both bulls. I already have a shiny Paldean Tauros, so I'm good on that front. Though it will be interesting going into the EBL and seeing where Paradox Pokemon go in like the Tauros and everything like that. Because again, I'm really, really looking forward to EBL, like next seasons. Season 6 is going to be fun. Season 7, I think, is going to be interesting, but my only issue with Season 7 is, like, potentially Paradox Pokemon. But the good thing is that, okay, well, only one person can get Torkoal, depending on if Ninetales actually... Well, not... Wait, does Vulpix get Drought? Does Vulpix actually learn Drought as an ability? Let me go check this. I have to go check this. Because, like, if Vulpix does get Drought, I feel like someone might actually just pick Vulpix just for, like, the kick in the teeth. Like, just to get the Drought boost. Oh, wow, Vulpix actually does get Drought. Thinking about it, I wonder if any people, if they get a past Paradoxmon, if, like, I want Vulpix just to support the Paradox Pokemon I've got and just use it as, like, sack fodder. That's kind of scary. That's actually kind of terrifying. But also, kind of reassuring is like, well, no, if you want your past Paradox Pokemon. But then again, could just, like, text Sunny Day into things. God, like, past Paradox and Torkoal with Charizard is going to be a nightmare horror show to deal with. I do not want to deal with those. I really don't want to deal with those. But, I mean, we'll figure it out eventually. We're figuring stuff out. Cyndaquil! We love Cyndaquil. Again, first Pokemon we ever picked for the team. For any team, actually. Because again, it was our first starter. And I think with this, yeah, but no, with this we're going to be 390. Yeah, that's something. Effectively, okay. Okay, Rockruff. Yeah. I also just remember, like, not Dusk, Midnight Lycanroc. Honestly, I think is a bit of a sleeper if it's gonna come into EBL stuff. Like, future EBL stuff. I think that Midnight Lycanroc is actually a pretty, like, giga sleeper. For one reason. It gets no guard. You know, it's a relatively fast Pokemon. You know, relatively fast, you know, comparative to something like Machamp. That gets no guard. And it gets no guard to Stone Edge, stab Stone Edge, by the way. And it might not get like some other great moves, but like no guard Stone Edge is certainly a hell of a move. And I actually want to go check like what the rest of the moves it actually gets are, because that actually kind of looks and sounds super fun. Dusk Lycanroc. There we go. Lycanroc, attacks, standard level up, midnight level up. There we go. Let's see what we get. So you counter that. It doesn't get Accelerock, not Tailwind. It doesn't get Accelerock, which is its trade-off because it gets counter but more bulk. But it does get. Oh, they even learn different status. Interesting. Ultimate gets counter to KO the most prominent physical attackers. Yeah, but the thing is, Focus Sash is not. You're not allowed to have items for the EBL. The EBL is single battles, level 50, no held items. So there is that. Interesting. Gets Trailblaze. Fun. Break. Zen Headbutt. Okay. Oh, I guess Psychic Fangs. Interesting. Yeah, it gets Fire Punch. It gets Fire and Thunder Punch. I like that. Not like it's too useful, but like it could be some tech. Swords Dance, Taunt, Sub. Play Rough, actually. That's actually not bad. Yeah, like, it doesn't really get too many inaccurate moves. But it, like, you know, horribly inaccurate. Like, it gets, you know, obviously gets Stone Edge. But, I mean, no miss Stealth Rock is a hell of a thing. Honestly, that is a super sleeper pick. Again, the only thing I think of for, like, probably why people haven't used it historically in the EVL is, like, it is a little on the slower side. Actually, no. Yeah, it's a little on the slower side because, again, it's 82 base speed. And it is, like, pretty frail. But again, that's insane. Acrobatic Dragapult will be meme. Yeah, the other thing is, like, Dragapult, I think, does struggle a little bit here in the EBL, because in the EBL, your restricted picks, for lack of a better term, are basically legendaries, ultra beasts, mythicals, and pseudo legendaries. You only get 2 picks of that. So when it comes to picking something like Dragapult, you know, you're picking Dragapult over something like, say, Lugia, or like Mewtwo, or like Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. You're picking something like Dragapult over a full-out legendary, or an Ultra Beast, which, you know, it's a bit of a hard decision to make for a lot of things, and like for someone like me, I don't think I would ever really pick a pseudo-legendary over like a full-out legendary for the EBL, just based on pure stat line differences. Like, sure, like Dragonite is a great Pokemon, and it can, you know, Dragon Dance set up, you know, without, you know, with impunity most of the time. But you're giving up, like, another legendary. You're giving up something like Groudon. You're giving up something like, you know, Zacian, Solgaleo. You're giving up, like, some pretty big, heavy hitters. Someone did pick Dragapult in the last draft league for the EBL. So, it has been picked. But I do somewhat think it has a hard time like justifying itself over, you know, some other Pokemon. Let's go check. Let's just I want to check something actually about. I want to go check something about Groudon. I want to check something because I feel like it does get it. Does it not learn Dragon Dance? Did it never learn Dragon Dance? I love you, Tommy. Thank you. We love everyone here. We always love all of the people here. All of the people here are delightful. Also, yes, apologies, like the red film on the camera thing. For some reason, the game, not the game, like the lighting in my room causes this weird red shift to everything. I don't know why it does that. We have never actually figured it out. It could happen because of, like, I think it could just be the lighting intensity filtering into the side of the thing. It's weird. Okay, no, so it doesn't get Dragon. Really, it never got Dragon Dance. Smackdown, Dragon Claw, Hone Claw. I guess Hone Claw is like a decent setup option. Hone Claw. When did we get Hone Claws? Oh, Generation 6. Okay. I mean, Hone Claws is a good move. We also love you, Kayla. I guess maybe I could go, like... Well, then, you know, it's gonna speed boost. Yeah, like, Groudon's, like, another pick I thought of for EBL. Again, I'm already thinking on my Season 6 Elite Battle League team. And on top of that, I'm already thinking about my Season 7 EBL team. You know, Season 7 is going to be the one in Sword and Shield. Not Sword and Shield. It's going to be in Scarlet Violet. So I'm putting together what am I going to be potentially bringing for this. And, like, right now, my brainwave, my potential brainwave right now for, you know, Season 7 is... Hello there, Chloe. How are you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, right now I'm thinking for my EBL Season 7 team is... Because, again, Dynamaxing is no longer in play, so I have a little bit more of my free options. Because I think my first pick is not actually going to be Gastrodon. Because I love Gastrodon. But, without some of the restricted legendaries, I don't think Gastrodon does nearly as much. Because now there's more grass types that people can actually pick from. But, I do have a shiny Screamtail. However, it is, like, the Screamtail that I have is one that I use for stuff, but... Welcome in, Sabri. How you doing? Welcome in. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. When we finish up all these eggs, we are actually going to go and start resuming our shiny hunt for the one and the only good doggo, Houndour. I mean, after all doggos are good doggos. If we end up getting the Houndour, we're going to go hunt Gumshoos, the Gumshoos family. I hate this thing. Intimidate. But also, in 45 minutes, the next episode of the 2v2 Soul Link Versus is going to be going up on my channel. I recommend you guys check that out when it goes up, because it's kind of chaos. It's going to be kind of fun. I think you guys are going to love it. But yeah, I do have a shiny Screamtail. And actually, speaking of shinies, we actually have a shiny giveaway that is going to be on this Saturday, and likely is going to be currently running for some future things, because those are all of my extra Shiny Living Dex spares that I've picked up, because, in the course of course, doing this Shiny Living Dex, we have found a number of duplicate Shinies of Pokemon we already have as a Shiny. So, I do them as a giveaway, because I don't need them, and I can no longer appreciate them, so I want to give them back to you guys. Like, I've found, I think, like, 4 or 5 Shiny Deerling. I have 2 extra Iron Jugulus. I have an extra Iron Valiant Shiny, extra Vaporeon Shiny. Things like that. Which, those are going to be the ones in the giveaway. Freak off, all day and torn up. I hate these things. Like, again, I am legitimately impressed. They found a way to make something more annoying than Sharpedo when it came to just like Pokemon running into you. I already have I have all the future paradoxes shiny. I also don't accept shiny traits, but I do thank you for the offer though. Mark duplicates, I'll be happy to take one of those dealing off your hand after 6 of them. Shiny with no mark. You're correct. I don't think any of the Deerling have a mark, though, because the Deerling have been all random stumble shinies, so no mark power is active on them. No. No, I don't, Roost. I don't overly care. I mean, he was entertaining in the first Deadpool movie, but not really. I mean, I can see why people go crazy for Ryan Reynolds, though. Hugh Jackman, though. Hugh Jackman's a different story. Because, I mean, he's Wolverine. Side note, I am super excited that they are apparently bringing back Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Because, like, after Logan, I was so sad. It's like, this is the end of Hugh, this is the end of an era. This is the end of Hugh Jackman Wolverine. It's like, nah, he's coming back. Hugh Jackman Wolverine is coming back. I love it. It's like, I grew up with those X-Men movies. They were great. It's like, no, I want to see more of them. It's like, for all time, my Professor X is always going to be Patrick Stewart. He's just too good. He's just too powerful. Never know if they have one. Yes, that is true, but I also do always check. I always check my shinies, because if I do get a marked shiny, I actually take that out of the giveaway pool, and I replace it with one of the non-marked duplicates. But yeah, I always make sure, like, the stuff that, I make sure that, like, what I have is marked or not. But if I have, like, 3 marked ones, if I have, like, say, 2 marked Pokemon, but I only need one of the marks does go in the pool. So again, I don't need all of them. I'm not gonna keep, like, say, like, 3 marked Iron Jugulus. If I only need 1 Iron Jugulus, I'll give away the other ones, because I don't need them. Yeah, I always check, because, like, you never know. Because, like, I love the, you send a thing out, and it says, blah, 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 the such and such, like, my Togekiss, Melia, the one that I use in the EVL, she is the Master Trainer Champion. She has this Pokemon has defeated a Master Rank opponent in, like the online battle stadium. She has the Rank Master ribbon. And it's like, I love having those marks appear when your Pokemon gets sent out. Like, my Volcarona is Volcarona the Sleepy. It's like, I love marks. I love marks. I love ribbons. It just adds a little bit more of personality to things. I'm a man of culture as well. You can't see my hand because it's just off screen. There we go. Man of culture as well. It's kind of hard to do that with how small the box is. Because I did scale down the face cam box for purposes. Mostly for short editing purposes. One step. I love that they added marks as a thing. Because it just adds that little extra layer of personality on Pokemon. You know, of course, then you get, you know, the people who, like, they gen on the rarest Mark. Like, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to people going into competitive events with shiny, the mightiest marked Pokemon, because those are impossible. All of the mightiest raid Pokemon were all shiny locked. So when people go into them with a mark, like, you can't do that. They cannot be marked. 410. You know, it's like when people bring in like shiny lock shiny legendaries, but they're shiny lock. It's like, that is, you could only get that by genning. Those are not released yet. It is a complete red flag, which I love. Because those who don't know, I am a very anti-genning person. You know, I mean, you can call it, like, elitism, purism, whatever it is, but, like, I just think that when you gen a team, like, you gen a Pokemon, it sucks out the connection to that Pokemon. Because it wasn't one that you went out, you caught, you specifically trained, and, you know, there's no, like, story behind it. It's just, you punch some numbers into a thing, clicked create, and it just popped into your box. It's like, I'm a sucker for, like, the backstory. I like, what is the origin story of, like, where did this, because of the history. You know, it's like my, like, what was it? Right, like the shiny Flygon I have back in my Ultra Moon. I got that because I was hunting for a rough skin hidden ability Gabite. And within 3 hours of starting the hunt for the rough skin Gabite, because you have to you have to SOS chain for rough skin Gabite back in that game because of the way it was. I got that Trapinch shiny stupid early, out in 3 hours. And I caught it, and then like 3 to 4 days later, I ended up getting the rough skin Gabite. But there is that, like, that story behind how I got that Trapinch shiny. And a lot of, like, the shinies, like, have things like that, where it's like, I like they have this story that goes with them. Which is also why, before the end, right, I end up moving all of my stuff up from the game. You know, from Sun and Moon, well, Ultra Moon. I am going to have them beat and get a whole bunch of the ribbons in Alola, so I can have, like, you know, the Alola champion, my shiny Zapdos, the Alola champion. Steven the Metagross, the Alola champion. My shiny Kyogre, the Alola champion. You know, those are ribbons you can't get anymore on certain things. Well, you can get them, but you need to have a Pokemon from those older games to get them. Again, I'm a sucker for the ribbons. I like the ribbons. I like ribbons. Make it. Run away. Yes, that's finished. I think that's gonna be, yes, 415. Hello, Jay. How are you doing? Can one of the mods please go grab Jay's link? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, once we finish with, like, the next few batches of eggs, we are going to be going back to hunting for a shiny Houndoom. So that's the plan. Glad you're doing well, Jay. Glad you are doing well. Yeah, no, it's this. We already have a shiny Makuhita. I love the shiny. I love the red boxing gloves. We already got that shiny. Thank you, Kayla. Dang it, Cyndaquil, just sparkle for me already. I debated doing a shiny only run of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, well, Soul Silver, I guess, for the shiny hunt for that one, but I decided against it. I ended up deciding not to. But yeah, we are going to be shiny hunting Lugia in that game. That is the goal, is to shiny hunt Lugia in Soul Silver. I haven't decided if the playthrough of that series is going to be streamed or not, or if that's going to be sort of like a thing I do privately, and then when I get up to the when I get up to the Lugia, then I start streaming. Just, haven't figured that out yet. The other thing is, that's going to be a hard fight to actually get the Lugia shiny in there, because you gotta remember, this is before the catching charm existed. This is before critical catches existed. So this is me fighting a Lugia that is going to be shiny. Do you want to know why, if I play Johto a game of Heart Gold? I assume it's because you don't need to go through the Whirl Islands. Because the Whirl Islands suck to go through. Or is it just like aesthetics? Because I prefer Heart Gold, because I've played Heart Gold. Well, generally when I play the game, I will play Heart Gold, because I mean that's the one that I had, but... Is it version exclusive? Is it for Lugia? Lugia, so I get a level 71 on a level. Ah, makes sense. But I mean, you get that in the end of the game. But yeah, I actually prefer Heart Gold over Soul Silver. To be fair, the Bell Tower sucks less because you don't need HMs. That is, I mean, you also don't need Flash. So like, my preference for Heart Gold is in, you don't need to go through you don't need to go through the Whirl Islands, because in the Whirl Islands you have HMs you need to use. Whereas, of course, with the Bell Tower, you don't need... there's no HMs to use in the Bell Tower. But with, Lugia, but with the Whirl Islands, it's the Whirl Islands. The Whirl Islands need the HM, but the Bell Tower does not. Damn, that's because 90% of the time I play the full game. Yeah, I mean, I played the full game. I actually kind of prefer the main story of the games to the post-game, because for me, when it comes to post-game, I end up, just because a lot of the post-game is, you just steamroll through a whole lot of stuff. Especially in the Johto games, you actually fight a number of the Kanto gym leaders at a level below what your level actually is. So, you have to be around, level 50, level 49 or something like that to fight, generally to beat Lance. But a few of the gym leaders in Kanto are, very low-level 40s. It was I just kind of end up, steamroll stomping them. Also, something I wish they brought back was you aren't forced to skill the... is that you aren't forced to scale the Bell Tower. Really? They didn't make you go do that? Interesting. Fascinating. But yeah, I'm when I do that playthrough of Soul Silver, I'm kind of debating of what Pokemon I'm gonna want to use, because I would like to use a Misdreavus. Misdreavus, Donphan is one that I'm thinking about using. Natuzatu is one I'm thinking about using. I'm debating on if I want to actually pick up Totodile. Because it's my other idea I had for this was I don't use a starter. So, I pick up my starter, but when I get my first, actual member of my team, I will deposit the starter. But I'm still not, positive on that. I still haven't, figured out what I'm going to be doing with that yet. And because the tricky part is I want to use Pokemon I haven't used before when it comes to, playing Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But most of the Pokemon that I've actually used are Pokemon that, I would like to use. Feraligatr. Yeah, Feraligatr, I think that Feraligatr is the starter I've had the most fun with when it comes to playing with them. it is my third favorite starter overall, because both Infernape and Incineroar have a very special connection with me. But Feraligatr is the one that I enjoy using the most. Because it gets so many good moves. But I mean, the only thing against, like, I guess against the thing is, like, Azumarill doesn't have, like, everything that made it super, super good and, like, kind of, like into the realm of broken. In Heart Gold Soul Silver, because, like, it's not a fairy type, so it is just, like, a physical water type. Like, it's a physical water type, which is, it's good. But it's not like the super cracked into oblivion Azumarill we know Azumarill is today, where it's just like the face-punching machine of oblivion. Yeah, Life Orb plus sheer force is just awesome. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Back in Gen 2, the strongest starter was actually Cyndaquil back in Gen 2. But because this physical special split happened, and Flame Wheel is now a physical move, and now there are physical water-type moves, Totodile became the most powerful. Because, you know, so many of Totodile's moves were actually special back in Generation 2, but now they're physical moves, like, you know, well, Crunch, Ice Fang is a new move that it gets access to, which is a physical Ice-type move, physical Water-type moves with things like Waterfall, because before they used its special attack, which is a lot lower. But now that it has, you know, those other moves, it's kind of, like, really, really good. Even Torrent Blaze Overgrow, despite us weapons. They are very good abilities. In one draft league I was actually a part of, someone actually did bring a Torrent Blastoise because they ran a lot of the damage calculations and realized, wait, like, every single thing that, like, this Pokemon does drops me into Torrent range. So I can just use, like, juiced up Torrent boosted water moves if this happens. Like, it never happened, but it was like, that's actually kind of awesome. They are fairly slept on abilities. I think a few starters actually prefer their the base abilities, you know, Torrent, Overgrow, and Blaze, more than their hidden abilities. Because the hidden abilities are, like, a little bit situational. Like, Long Reach, Decidueye. I mean, it's good against rough skin users and, like, Rocky Helmet. Well, I guess, like, with rough skin Garchomp being a thing, it is a bit better. But, like, yo, Overgrow Leaf Blade's kind of a heck of a thing. But, you know, like, other ones, there's sometimes you prefer the base abilities. Like, Samurott has, like, no real preference. Oh, thank you very much, Rockruff. Thank you very much. Yeah, I would say those abilities are fairly slept on. Are they the best? Probably not. But they do have, like, some good kit they can bring out. Yeah, this is going to be, I think, this is our second to last batch of eggs for the day. We are going to switch over to Houndoom now. But when we finish these eggs, we'll switch over to the Houndoom Shiny Hunt. Houndour Shiny Hunt, I should say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, like, seeing the future stuff with the EVL and everything like that. I'm already putting together my brain plays, like, what I want to use for Season 7. There's some things I'm like, this is going to be the best. This is going to be terrifying, and it's going to be great. Nice, Rosie. Nice. Boop, boop. I never realized Cyndaquil had teeth until I started hatching eggs in this game, and now it's, like, kind of terrifying. Yes, this is our second to last batch of eggs. This is our final batch of the day, because, again, we only do increments of 5, mostly for sake of simplicity for my smooth brain. Doing something called a draft lock. Yeah, you've mentioned before about the draft lock. Yeah, it's an interesting Nuzlocke variant, but I think it's a little finicky for me. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I've never found a Lepa Berry. Well, then again, in this game, in the Elite Four, they actually do restore your power points whenever you go to fight the next person. So that actually makes sense. Because, like, I never needed to restore move power points with things like berries and stuff. But I never actually use PP restoration of items like Ethers anyway. Unless it's in a Nuzlocke, which even then, you know. Up 2 Jensen notes. Sounds fun. That sounds very interesting. But yeah, we are just gonna basically be popping a dark sandwich or a fire. Yeah, we're gonna pop a fire sandwich in here, and then we're gonna start hunting the doggo. We're gonna go take this over to 35 when it comes time. Cyndaquil. I guess maybe Cyndaquil doesn't have teeth. Maybe it was just like its tongue that looked white. And that I thought was like just a bottom row of teeth. Yeah, I can undiglet here too. Because I do need to get a Diglett. Because I have a Dugtrio shiny. I don't have a Diglett shiny. So I need to get that from my living shiny decks. Alright, 20 minutes until the Soul Link goes live. Soul Link Part 2 goes live. Because yeah, there's a Soul Link collab versus. So basically, it is a Soul Link, but it's a versus. So basically, it's 2 Soul Links going on simultaneously. Me and JakeXY are Team Alpha Sapphire, going up against Team. No, we're Team Omega Ruby, going up against Team Alpha Sapphire, which is Timmy B and Sly Guy. It's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna love it. Yeah, it doesn't have teeth. I just realized it's just its tongue that I thought was its teeth. It is a tongue that I mistake for teeth. I'm sure someone else could have made that mistake. No, it's not a cage lock. It's a versus. Basically, it is we are racing against one another. Yeah. Versus are not the same thing as a cage lock. A versus is just you're racing the other person. As in, like, you are just trying to get ahead of them. The winner is the person who beats the game first. Or, like, with the least amount of deaths. Whereas, you know, a cage lock is after every gym you have a battle. It isn't quite the same thing. But then again, like, when it comes to Nuzlocks, there's 100 different permutations and combinations of everything. You know, like, there's 5 different Nuzlocks that all be called something like a Chaos Lock or something like that, and they all have a vastly different rule set. Like, thought up independently. Or, like, you know, a versus. Like, a versus, someone could say, well, a versus is after every gym you fight them. But also, a versus could just be like you're racing against the other person. You know, which, you know, the battle is a cage lock. You know, there's like, there's wedlock, soul lock, there's just everything. There's, like, so many different things. Which actually just makes my head spin. But that is all of our Cyndaquil eggs. So, let's get Shiny Sparkle hunting. We're gonna leave the cave, make a dark power sandwich. No, let go of the cave wall. You're going to go and I think we'll probably make it over here without that, like, game freaking out on me. Yeah, that's the reason why. There's so many different names. I have only done a cage lock, Soul Link, and hardcore Nuzlocke as alternates. And also it's randomized. You know, because it's randomized. Like, basically every Nuzlocke these days is randomized. So it's like, well, our reasoning is intrinsically, Nuzlocks these days are almost exclusively randomized. So we're gonna go with the randomized Soul Link, because, like, it's just chaos. It's like, again, starters as legendaries as starters. It's terrifying and it's awesome. Though, the legendary encounters, of course, yeah, it's just this cave messes with the lighting. This cave just messes with the lighting. Hello there, Nintendo Sense. How are you doing? hope you are doing well. I really, really hate the way that this cave does lighting. Well, I mean, it's more so like when it comes into the picnic mode, because it just washes everything out into insanity. But we should be fine. I just gotta get the onions on. I think I can miss a few of the red peppers, and it still gives me the sandwich I need. But how are you doing, Nintendo Sense? Can one of the mods please go grab Nintendo Sense's link? How are you doing, you wonderful, wonderful viewers? You delightful human beings. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be delightful to say. But yeah, I think this is gonna be probably our only sandwich we actually do for this today. But hopefully we'll get our shiny for this, because this is actually our third sandwich we've done for Hound Hour. The first sandwich we did, we got a shiny on, and that was 3 days ago. Yesterday we did another sandwich, we didn't get a shiny. But I'm hoping today we get our luck turning, and we get a shiny on this one. Because we are presently over odds for this one. Because, for those who don't know, a sandwich pretty much will get you to a minimum odds on the Pokemon. The only exception is really something like if you're going into aquatic encounters, where you do have less because they take longer to reset the spawns. But if you're doing like a land encounter, you're pretty much always going to be hitting odds minimum for them just because the number of spawns you're hitting. If you hit 23 spawns a minute, you will be hitting odds. So you basically need to be hitting, if you hit at least one encounter every second, you're going to be surpassing odds. Which, you know, here we can actually pretty easily do that because we're getting cluster spawns. So like we can fairly easily do that. So. Oh, there we go. Nope. Let's fall down here. Let's get some more encounters. Nope. But yeah, it's a bit of an awkward place to hunt. However, this is somewhere where exclusively Houndour spawns. So I can make whatever sandwich I want and only things of the Houndour family, well, I mean, Houndour is, I don't think Houndoom actually does appear around here, will spawn. Which for me is good, because I prefer to go for like the isolated stuff first. You know, so I can just like knock that out of the shiny hunting pool for the living shiny decks needs. Because that is the goal, is to get every shiny in the game. I've actually used Houndoom, actually, in the first Let's Play video on the channel, which was the Heart Gold Soul Silver Let's Play. I actually did use a Houndoom. And it was good. You know, it's frail as all heck, but it was a good Pokemon. It is indeed a good shiny, Brian. It is indeed a very good shiny. But it is also a good doggo. Because after all doggos are good doggos. And again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Yeah, we'll go set up a picnic again. There we go, picnic. Again, the picnic setting up here is the most inconsistent thing in the world. Yo, hide attack lotion. There we go. But yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be stuff with the stuff and things and the things and stuff. All right, let's see. Nope. Yeah, like again, this is ideal. This like, just look at how many spawns are just right here clustered together. This is why I like cluster hunting. But the tricky part is not every spawn can appear that way. You know, it's a luck of the draw thing. But that's also why when you do, you know, sandwich hunting, you pretty much hit odds, you know, whenever you do a sandwich. You will get those cluster spawns, and when you get the cluster spawns, you hit, you know, that 26 a minute, or 23 a minute, pretty quickly. Because, yeah, you want to be hitting, a little less than 23 a minute. I've done the math, because, you know, it's 30 minutes, you know, for a shiny sandwich. And your odds of getting a shiny are 1 in about 670. But I just round up for math simplicity to, you know, 690. You know, 1 in 690 for your odds. Then divide that by 3, because, you know, we'll divide it by 30, because, you know, that, you know, so it's 30. You know, so like 30. Yeah, 30 times, you know, 26 is 690. So it's a little bit of a highball number. Well, I prefer to highball rather than lowball, because that way, you know, if you go over, well, your math still works out. You're rather safe than sorry. It's the same thing I do when I do like my competitive battle prep. I will always sim, you know, optimistic defenses, pessimistic offenses. So that way, if I do optimistic offenses and they have like neutral, well, then that's fine. So I lose nothing. I gain everything and I lose nothing. Though that has bit me in the butt on more than a few occasions in competitive battles, because I just get outspent because I don't invest in speeding. Which is the thing which is the entire reason that I ended up losing against Sly Guy in the EBL Season 7, was he exploited that I go slow and bulky, I don't go fast aggressive. Which is why next season I'm going to go for faster, a little more aggressive, so I can do that. Well, this isn't an outbreak. That only happens with outbreaks. Yeah, this is a non-outbreak shiny hunt. Unless it is, if it is an outbreak, then you do the 60 KOs. Otherwise, it actually does not help. But yeah, I do thank you for that tip, though. We've been doing that for our outbreak shiny hunts, but we have not really been getting too many favorable outbreaks as of late. I think that's mostly because we hunted all of the frequent outbreak Pokemon already, so we just rarely find actual outbreaks that are actually Pokemon we still need. Which is why I'm really kicking myself that Fletchling outbreak I didn't hunt, because I had a Fletchling outbreak a few days ago, but I didn't end up doing it. Well, I think that was a Saturday, so that was when we did Breath of the Wild night, so that's different. Yeah, that wasn't actually playing during that day. That was a Breath of the Wild stream, so like I'm not gonna reschedule a Breath of the Wild stream when I promise every Saturday is Breath of the Wild Saturdays. Jump over the doggos. And we jump back down. But yeah, we are doing a living shiny dex, which is the thing. Yes. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more, to stay up to date on all the things that we do. Not seeing the doggo yet. Cluster spawn. Nope. Nope. Wait for everything to spawn back in. I mean, the good thing is that we are now over odds, so which means we are statistically in a good position. Though, if my shiny Ho-Oh Dynamax Adventure Hunt has been anything to indicate, 6 times over odds on that sucker, odds don't mean jack squat when it comes to indicating shinies. Just like with Shiny Hisuian Zorua Hunt, both of those in less than 240 eggs. And I am still shocked by that. Oh, this is a good wall to climb up, actually, for those now. Okay. So I'll just climb up that wall from now on. Yeah, I can just use this shiny hunt with the Houndour to figure out my pathing for when we hunt Yungoos and Gumshoes. And also Diglett. But Diglett's going to be a little different. Doggos. The good doggos. All of the good doggos. They are very good, good boys. Alright, let's see. Where is the next Sparkle's gonna be coming from? Again, it's reasons like this I kind of am glad they did remove the Sparkle sound effect and the Sparkle aura around Pokemon in Scarlet Violet from Legends. But also at the same time, I do wish that they kind of kept it in. Again, I can see both sides of why people liked having it, but I can also see why it was good to be removed, because people did kind of really exploit that system. Finish my second form of power. Fun. Sounds fun, Omar. Dang, I thought that was a shiny for a second. The coloring was a little off, but I was excited for nothing, because it wasn't a shiny. Yet. We always have to add yet at the end if we didn't find the shiny, because every non-sparkling encounter is one encounter closer to the eventual shiny. Or maybe that's my attempt at being optimistic showing through. Who knows? Certainly not me, because I know nothing. My brain is just a potato. No brain, just paste. Nope. No sparklers yet. But how is everybody doing today? Anyone been shiny hunting themselves? Gotten any shinies lately? Got any shinies that you particularly like lately? I'm always curious. Why was a banana night? Yes, bananas. So what you're saying is you hit things with Timmy B's Kaizo Ironmon facecam model. Those who don't know, it's really Timmy B is one of our friends and the people that we're doing a versus Soul Link with. And whenever he does Kaizo Ironmon, he has his face cam be set to show him as a banana. It's really Timmy Banana. Before it was a broccoli, but now he has evolved from broccoli into banana. I have debated going back to playing some Kaizo Ironmon stuff. I think it could be fun. But I also really like shiny hunting. I'm still figuring out stuff with that. Nope, not shiny. Hop down. I don't even... Okay, no, it's not shiny. I didn't even see that one right there when I hopped down. Let's go and see what we can see. Again, the good thing is that the blue does stick out, so when we do pass by it, we will see it. Let's turn back around. Let's turn back around and go get the shiny. Hopefully. Nope. It's not just regular banana, it's based on 10 exotic banana called the blue Java banana. No, real bananas are not blue. That's unfortunate. A blue banana would be interesting. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, like, all bananas you actually eat are just clones of one another. That's the reason why, like, they don't have any seeds, because there's no seeds to plant. They just, like, cut off a branch and plant the branch in the ground, and then the branch turns into a new tree. Yeah, those little, like, black stuff inside of a banana when you bite into it in the center, those, like, 5 little squiggly line things, those are, like, supposed to be where the original seeds, but because of the way that they've been manipulated into growing, they just don't grow seeds anymore. So, look, every banana tree is a clone of just all the other banana trees. Nice, Brian, nice. Yeah, our luck with shiny Masuda hunts has just been fluctuating wildly. Like, we got Hisui and Zorua. We got both of them in less than 240 eggs, because it was less than 8 boxes. It was really probably more, like, less than 200, pretty much. Because the first one we got in 10 eggs. But we didn't really actually keep count of that one. And then we have gone over 5 times odds for Greninja for the Froakie. Because we've gotten 1 Froakie already, but we still need 2 more. And the first Froakie sparkled at over double odds. And we are at well over triple odds, because when we got the shiny, we reset the counter back to 0. So now we shiny hunted again, and then we went up to 1,700 eggs, and then some more, and we still haven't gotten the second shiny. So we've gone over 5 times odds for, you know, the next Froakie. He's a blue bean when it fully grows. It goes back to yellow, but the flavor is more strawberry. Not a strawberry guy, but that's interesting. That's a very interesting thing about that particular banana. So what you're saying is, it is the top banana. Top banana is just a funny phrase. It's a silly phrasing. But again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. As well as, share it out to your friends, your family, anyone who you think might enjoy. Because we got to keep on that growth going. End goal for the year is to be 5K subs. Optimistic goal. Hoping we can reach it. Not sure if we will, but hopefully we can. When the Legend of Zelda game Tears of the Kingdom comes out, we are going to be playing that. It's going to be pretty fun. Looking forward to that, I can certainly say. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to more stuff in general. I'm going to be probably trying that new YouTube podcast thing soon. Probably going to do like a podcast or just like general game discussion and stuff about like, yeah, Pokemon Home. And like when is, like basically a theory discussion on when Pokemon Home is coming and why we actually haven't seen Pokemon Home yet. Because I do have a theory about why Home hasn't been released yet. And it's a little bit of a conspiracy theory sort of thing. So you're just going to gotta bear with me a little bit on that one. But I think you'll find it most intriguing. Because they did say we were going to be getting Pokemon Home in early 2023. And I would say halfway through April counts as really no longer early 2023. So something's going on. Something is definitely going on. And that's where the theorizing comes into play. We also is going to be, about Tears of the Kingdom and just a few of the other stuff, a few of the other game stuff that's been going on. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's basically, again, me continuing to ramble on about stuff, which, is one of the reasons you guys enjoy the stuff here. You come for the suffering of me failing to shiny hunt things. You stay for the witty banter. Well, yeah, pretty much. I think that's the case. Come for the suffering. Come for the suffering. Stay for the witty banter. I'm pretty sure that's what Foos said back in the Soul Link. I think. It's been a while since we did that Soul Link. Yeah, it's been... Yeah, it's been... little less than a year since Foos and I did that Soul Link. Like, I still remember that day. I went into his stream. I think we raided Foos, because I was still at college at the time. It was a raid from one of my premiere videos. We raided Foos. And then he said, like, oh, Max, I want to talk to you about something. And then we talked about, like, the collab series idea, and that was great. And that was where the whole, like, the Soul Link came from. It was a delightful experience. It was just great, like, working with the other creators, and then, like, again, that spiraled off into, like, getting closer to more of the other creators, and, and that's where we are right now. Because, again, this is one of those things that if I could go back and tell myself, like, 3 years ago when it came to making content, don't think you have to do it yourself. It is okay to, like, work with other people on stuff. That was kind of the one lesson I would go back and tell myself is don't try and do everything yourself. You will not be able to do everything yourself without getting like really lucky, which, not really good idea to bank entirely on luck. Which is the reason I don't, I didn't try using like Flinch Kiss for Sword and Shield's EVL season. I didn't want to run Flinch Kiss for that exact reason. Because I did not want to deal with, okay, my RNG is deciding to go potato mode. Plus, I was going to be Dynamaxing Togekiss anyway. So it wouldn't have benefited me to have Serene Grace. It was just super luck. An ability that doesn't work on Dynamax moves, rather than an ability that has a 12% chance of working, one is significantly better than the other. 12% chance is better than a 0% chance. So I ended up going with Super Lucky Kiss. And it worked! It certainly did work out for me. Well, it worked out for me against Timmy. Other stuff was not working as often. But yeah, that match against Timmy was probably my favorite in EBL in total so far. But I have a new rival. Yeah, I went into the EBL thinking, you know, my rival for the EBL is gonna be Lionheart Plays. My rival for the EBL, and then I lost to Doorman week 1. I was like, okay, my rival for the EBL is gonna be the Doorman. I was like, no, my rival for the EBL is gonna become Sly Guy. That's gonna be fun. Because it always feels better when like you have someone you're semi-competing with beyond the initial competition. Like you have like a rivalry with someone. It makes stuff more entertaining. I'm just really hoping that my matchups with Sly go the way of a lot of my other rivals in Pokemon, where it's like I lose early on, but then eventually I get to the point where I just consistently win. Because this is how I always improve myself when it comes to Pokemon battling. My mentality is, the best way to get better is to actually lose. You know, well, not necessarily lose, but to get beaten by others that are better than you, because losing shows you what doesn't work. Winning doesn't really show you what works. Well, what doesn't work. Winning shows you what does work. But losing shows you what doesn't work, which is much more valuable to improvement than, you know, okay, this works. Because, you know, you gotta just like take some stuff back to the basics, back to the drawing board, and, you know, figure out a new strategy sometimes. Sometimes you gotta go, you know, tear it all down to rebuild it, and to build a better one. But at the same time, you know, not losing at times also does, you know, it can get demoralizing to lose. So, you know, something can be said for that. Again, it's a bit of a flip-flop. I mean, some people I know, they learn more from winning because they show, okay, this is what works, this is what didn't work about the team, but this is what came through with it in the end. It's like that's the fascinating thing about Pokemon. There are so many different ways that things can be done. It's amazing. So is it raining outside right now? Okay, no, it's just like freaking windy as all heck. Yeah, we've been getting a not really like a storm lately, but we've been getting a lot of rain and a lot of wind. So, I mean, we're probably not gonna lose power tonight. We have underground power lines here, so power losses are not really a thing we have to deal with. But it is something I just don't like to happen with the wind. It kind of messes with the recording a bit because you can hear the wind in the background. So I remember in one of Foos's episodes for the Soul Link, you could hear like the rain and the thunder in the background of his audio. I think he did his best to like edit it out, but there was one time where it was like really, really intense wind, and you could hear it. So we ended off recording a bit early, just in case, you know, lightning struck something and stuff kind of went not good. Thankfully, nothing bad happened. But yeah. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Thank y'all very, very much. 9 minutes left, okay. Wait, there's a shiny! Oh my gosh, why would we check the thing? There's the shiny! Let's freaking go, ending on a triumphant note. Save replay. And it is a good boy. And it is a Mick absolute good boy. Let's hope for the shiny sparkles. No. Well, you don't have any recoil moves, but I'm also not someone who wants to risk some shenanigans happening. Thank you guys for that. Let's go. Let's frickin' rock and roll up. I love the good doggo. It is a very, very good doggo. Get in the ball. Get in the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. Get in the ball, get in the ball, get in the ball. There we go. There is the critical catch. Here we go. Let's save the game. That is another shiny added to our shiny sparkle collection. Just gotta save that, sending this thing to a friend of mine. There we go. There's the shiny. And there we go. Okay, good. Jakey finished everything for that. So, what's another fire type I actually need to shiny hunt? Okay, good. No more shinies there. So, what's a shiny hunt I shiny up? A thing I need to hunt. Actually, I'm pretty sure like Fletchinder. Actually, no, Oricorio, right? I can get an Oricorio. Oricorio. There we go. Oricorio. Okay, that's gonna stick out. Okay. Shiny Oricorio really stands out. That's actually really, really good for me. Because I do want to get shiny Oricorio. That's one that I do need for my decks. Well, I need it for the living shiny decks. Like it is fire type, right? Carcadet. Okay, there's the Oricorio. Okay, so Oricorio does appear around here. The good thing is that shiny Oricorio, like its whole body, the red and black reverse. So it should be a fairly obvious shiny. Which is good. For me, hunting for you. Huh, I didn't know Carcadet could actually spawn around. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, that does make a little bit of sense. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting the shiny here today for the Oricorio. It'll be good if we do. But with freaking, 6 minutes remaining, I don't think it's likely. Now my third power is going to be amazing. Third power up. Alright, sounds fun, Omar. Unlimited power. Dang, I thought that was a shiny for a second. Because, like, the body, the underbelly was dark. Like, I thought that was a body. Nope, it was not. But it was just messing with me. But we're making our way for some shinies, making our way to sparkles, giving all of me my shinies. Gimme them sparkles. The Oricorio is an interesting Pokemon. I would love to see it, like, work competitively. Let's see, it's gonna be humongous Soribus. Nice! Honestly, Ben 10, great series. Top tier series. Well, Alien Force and Ultimate Alien was great. Original series was like cringy, but like in the good way of cringy. So like I don't know. The original Ben 10 series, it rides a very interesting line. Let's just say. So it's a thing. But we have managed to pull out a victory with shinies, which also means, you know, more shiny reaction shorts. Because one thing I do need to do is I am starting to work on my shiny reaction compilations for, you know, future stuff, because we have a shiny reaction compilation that's also going to be going out this Saturday, in addition to the shiny giveaway stream. So that's going to be extra super special, be super duper fun. So it seems like half of this area is Carcadet, half of the area is Oricorio. Weird. Yes, we have the ultimate form. Nice. I liked Ultimate Alien. I think like Ultimate Alien was like an interesting idea. The best part about Ultimate Alien is that Albedo completely just did not understand the whole point of the Omnitrix. Like, it was not meant to be a weapon, and you're like, you know, I'm gonna make a weapon version. It's like, you're an idiot. You have absolutely no idea what it was supposed to be, Albedo. You're a moron. But it's Albedo. Like, Albedo has smooth brain energy. He's a very smooth brain. Yeah, that was fun. Let's go. How long we got? 4 minutes. Okay. We got 4 minutes left. Again, we got our shiny doggo. We are going to be ending off after this, so we are going to have to go find someone to raid. Which I love doing. Again, we always got to spread the love to our fellow friends. When it comes to, of course, you know, shiny hunting and everything like that. We content creators do enjoy helping each other, you know, share the growth, grow together, so we can all grow into big channels together. One of the things actually why the super server is a thing, which, if the super server link pops up, I highly recommend you join, because the super server is basically a collection of us, like, you know, smaller creators, to, introduce people from, say, one of our communities to other creators who they might enjoy. You know, say, like, you know, I like the Legend of Zelda stuff that this one guy does. Well, one of the guys in the server also does a lot more Legend of Zelda stuff, so you might enjoy them. Ooh, I'll go check that out. You know, I do mostly Zelda stuff, but I do a little bit of Pokemon stuff. But if like Pokemon stuff, there's this guy who does Pokemon stuff, which you might enjoy more. And, you know, it's like stuff like that. So basically we help, you know, share the growth with everyone. It's a wonderful altruistic thing. Sadly, I will not have the Ultimate Humongousaur from the original Ultimate series. I'm using the Omniverse design. Yeah, Omniverse didn't have a lot of better designs in my opinion, but Ultimate Humongousaur and a few of the other Ultimates I think looked better in Ultimate Alien. Not Ultimate Alien. They looked better in Omniverse, which, considering I do not like Omniverse that much, is a pretty big compliment. There were a few designs that Omniverse had that were, I would say, better. But I mean, I think the other part of it is like the art style that they went with necessitated a couple of the changes. So again, it's a combination of a bunch of factors. Multiple factors all conglomerating together. Yeah, 2.5 hours for a stream. That was pretty good. It was a delightful stream. 2 minutes left. Probably going to be our last picnic drop for this. But again, we came out of it with a shiny Houndour. We hatched a bunch of our eggs for Cyndaquil, which means I can just go collect a whole bunch more Cyndaquil eggs. And did a little bit of shiny hunting for Oricorio. If we get the shiny, I'll be ecstatic, but I don't think we will get it. Yeah, no, we're not going to get it. But, I mean, again, it's hard to call today anything but an actual win. Because we did get a shiny. So long as we end up getting a shiny, we do have a win under our belts. And that is what I like to call a winning. Oh yeah, it's starting to rain now. It is indeed starting to rain. Yep. There we go. Alright. It's weird seeing the Oricorio's wings go from, like, folded up to just, like, jolting out. Because of, like, the position they take in when, like, they're doing their, like, attack pose. It's a little weird, but, I mean, again, game is a little finicky with some animations. You can't be too surprised by it. But again, if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. As well as we are going to be ending off soon. So if you enjoy what you see here, I highly recommend checking out the 2v2 versus Soul Link that I'm doing with It's Really Timmy V, Sly Guy, and Jakey XY in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. But that is all for this hunt. Wrath is great. Wrath is amazing. I didn't realize he's supposed to be, like, a bit of an XP of Wolverine. I was like, wait, so that's why I love this character so much. He's supposed to just be, like, he's just supposed to be Wolverine. Because, like, who doesn't love Wolverine? Because, like, it's Wolverine. Wolverine is awesome. Alright, let's go find someone to go raid. Yeah, we'll stay on this, which is the shiny we acquired today, as we go look for whom to raid. Whom should be the raid target of today? We could go raid Tonic. We could go raid Taco. We haven't raided Taco in a long time. It also doesn't seem like... Yeah, we haven't raided Taco in a while, so let's go raid Taco Tonic. The plan's on Pokemon Unite. So let's go send some love. I will see you guys over at Taco's stream. Raid. There we go. We're going to go for a Mechanized Maxis raid, our raid handle. I will see you guys next time. Again, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more, as well as go check out the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Soul Link Versus. But first, let's go raid Taco. See you guys.